Alright, let's do this. Let's play some Avacyn's Glory. Hopefully we can get a Champion of the Parish opening grip. That'd be sweet. This deck is just really powerful when it works. And when it doesn't, it's not quite as good. But often enough, it just draws the right mix of cards that even when it doesn't have Champion of the Parish, it's got a bunch of creatures in an Honor of the Pure or a Gold Knight Commander. Or you just draw some humans, which is the entire deck, and an Angelic Overseer. And I mean, Angelic Overseer is pretty much better than any other, or one of the best cards in the format, as long as you've got a human out. There's very few things that can even get in its way. I mean, if they have Eldrazi's out and they're making you sacrifice permanents, then that's less than ideal. But I mean, it does have Indestructible, so it can actually block anything. But it definitely doesn't match up well against Eldrazi's, but against anything else, works. What's going on here? Why doesn't anyone want to play Izdaisho? I'm a nice guy. You chat. You can ask anybody who plays with me. If you recognize me and you type a message, I'll always respond, unless I don't see it. Sometimes with the way the chat works on Steam is it's like all the way in the side, and it just like slowly flickers in and out. I'm making hand motions. You obviously can't see it. Just slowly flickers in and out until you realize that you actually have a new message, whereas in the old games it just popped up right in front of your face. Alright, so I'm going to play first. I've got 3 lands, no Champion of the Parishes, but I'm going to keep it. I do have Restoration Angel, Elite Inquisitor, Gathered Townsfolk. It's an okay starting hand. Definitely not great, and it could be much better considering the deck I'm playing. But, I mean, it's always risky, especially now that I cut it down to 22 lands, that you pull a one-lander. And one-landers usually aren't good. Two-landers are generally fine with this deck, because you're going to be operating on 1 or 2 mana anyway. So there's another 5 drops. So I really, really want to get my lands. And if all I do right now is draw lands for the rest of the game, I'll probably win, because I'm going to get this 3/4 Restoration Angel, this 5/3 Angelic Overseer, and it'll be pretty hard for my opponent to beat me. He's played a forest on turn 1. That could mean a number of things, but judging by the fact that he played another forest, alright, so he's going to play Colonian Tusker, which means that he is playing the mono green beats deck as opposed to the other one. So there is a Champion of the Parish, and I was going to just Oblivion Ring that thing, but instead I'm just going to play my Champion of the Parish one turn too late, or actually a couple turns too late rather, but still very welcome. And luckily this time I'm going to have a sweet play next turn, because I'm going to be able to Restoration Angel, flicker my Elite Inquisitor, and hopefully kill this thing in combat. Unless he's got a Prey Upon for me right now, but I doubt that'll happen. Okay, so he's going to play... oh, he does have a Prey Upon, so he's going to be able to get rid of this thing, probably. Yeah, that's really unfortunate, because now it means that I can't use my Resto Angel to flicker my Elite Inquisitor. But I would have had to draw a land for that anyway, I suppose. And there's a land. So, not really much to do here. That Prey Upon was very, very important. So I'm just going to ship the turn right back. Going to use my Restoration Angel, but it says you may exile target creature, so none of my creatures, I don't want to exile any of them. If I exile this thing, it loses the counters. If I exile one of these, it just goes away forever. But if he attacks here, then I can just send in my Restoration Angel to block. So that was, I mean, that was a pretty unfortunate turn, but if I do draw a land... Oh, Prey Upon, so... he is going to try and make the trade, but I think I'd rather just keep my Champion of the Parish around. So I'm just going to flicker this out. They won't trade or anything, and he'll become a 1/1, unfortunately, but I don't know, maybe that was actually better for him, just to have a 1/1 instead of these two trading. Predator Ooze, that's no good for me. That'll kill me eventually, I guess, but I guess I could Oblivion Ring it if it does get to be too big of a deal. So hopefully, I'm really looking to draw a land here, because I want to get that Angelic Overseer out, and that was just very fortunate for me. So now I have my opponent on a pretty decent clock. He doesn't have that much that he can really do about it, and I do have an Oblivion Ring in case he plays something powerful enough that I can't deal with it. So we are definitely looking like we're in good shape here. /47. He could play like a Primeval Bounty. That thing is absurdly good. He can't play it this turn though, but I mean, you just gain so much card advantage so quickly off that thing. Alright, so he's just going to attack on in there with the Predator Ooze to get the counter. Good play on his part, but I can just block it with my Indestructible Dude. At least for this turn. And he's going to play a Cudgel Troll. So I'm gonna O-ring something next turn because I don't want to die to... Ooh, that is really sweet. He's just going to regenerate that. That's weird. Okay, so I'm just going to Oblivion Ring, Predator Ooze, just because I don't want to die to an overrun. And unfortunately, he's still on a 3-turn clock instead of a 2-turn clock, but there's a lot of pump spells that I can draw in my deck, so... maybe that was a little bit aggressive now that I think about it. And I can't just throw all my humans away because then I'm going to not have hexproof on that thing anymore. Alright, he's just going to Rancor something up. Hopefully it's the Cudgel Troll. He didn't like it. Okay. He's just going to attack. Interesting. Alright, so that's going to be, what, 7-10 damage coming in. I'm just going to throw one human in front of the Cudgel Troll and take the other 6. Alright, so now post-combat he's going to play Rancor on that thing, which is fine. I don't really care if it goes back to his hand at this point. Alright, so now I did not want to draw a land. So this turn I think I'm just going to beat in with the Restoration Angel, since it doesn't really change the clock. And I do have a Path to Exile, so if he draws a Prey Upon, then I'll still be okay. So he's only got one card in hand right now, and I should be able to win this game. Even if it's an overrun, I'm still okay because I have my path. Let's see what you got, bro. This is way closer than I thought it would be, based on the fact that I have Angelic Overseer. But I mean, he's just got a whole bunch of creatures. And in retrospect, I sort of wish that I had just traded the Champion of the Parish for the Garruk's Pack Leader. But then again, if I had drawn, instead of land, if I had drawn Gather Doom Traveler or something like that. Alright, so he's just drawn a land, and that'll assure my victory. He's only got 12 power on the board even. And yeah, he's just gonna bounce. Hey, the computer didn't like his attack for some reason. Not sure why, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. And then I'm just going to throw my Angel right in front of this thing, and I should be able to just win the game next turn. Man, I just drew running lands, which was good because that's what I said I needed to draw, and that's what I drew. Other than that one Path to Exile in there, I drew running lands for pretty much the whole game, but it was fine because that's one of the main reasons why Angelic Overseer is in the deck, just because it's such a powerful card that when you get it out, it's so hard to lose. But all right, let's try and get another one. Hopefully one where I can showcase the true power of the human swarm, as it usually ends up being. All right, global mat. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, Champion of the Parish, Bonds of Faith. Not a very good opening hand. 4 lands is too many for most hands. I'm just gonna throw it right back. All right, so we ended up getting a 1-lander, which is really, really risky. So I'm just gonna go for 6. Oh god, this hand is so bad, but I'm gonna have to keep it at this point. So this is unfortunate. It looks like we're probably gonna lose this one. He's gonna lead off with a Champion of the Parish of his own. And I mean, I need to draw Champion of the Parish here, or I guess Path. I guess land isn't terrible. I mean, if I can get, like, survive and get to my Angelic Overseers, then I'll be okay, but I just don't see that one coming. Turn 2, Guardian of Thraben. Not great for me, but, I mean, could have been Gather. It would have been worse. What I hate about this deck is, like, Avacyn's Glory, the symbol for it, or the little picture next to the name, is, what's its name? it's Silverblade Paladin, but they don't have Silverblade Paladin in the deck. It's such a powerful card. It's a 1 white for a 2/2 that if you soul bond it with another creature, so you just put it next to another creature, then they both get double strike, and that's a really sweet card. So if my opponent doesn't have anything on turn 3, then I might actually still stand a chance this game. Alright. And we're drawing running lands, which is what we needed, so I'm just going to drop this Mentor, and then next turn I will be able to draw an extra card off of my Gather. Unfortunately, well, may as well beat in here. I won't be able to draw 2 off Gather because of Thalia, but other than that, we're looking pretty solid here. I mean, if he's playing the late game version of the deck, then I guess I could be in trouble. But, alright, that's a Gold Knight Commander. But worse things have happened than my opponent playing Gold Knight Commander. I wonder if he's going to attack here. He didn't attack with anything. That is bizarre. So I think no, I'm just going to play Champion of the Parish and then draw a card off of it, and hopefully it'll either be a land or a creature that I can play this or no, Gather the Townsfolk. That's not the card that I wanted to see, unfortunately. I guess it made sense for him to hold back last turn, and he's got a Geist-Honored Monk here. That's really bad. I'm about to take a lot of damage. I need to draw that Angelic Overseer next turn, because this is going to poop out 2 more guys, which is going to make everything get another +2/+2. So I'm going to have to throw away a couple of guys here. He didn't attack with the Gold Knight Commander. Thank you. Alright, I'm just going to toss this thing right in front. And other than that, we'll be okay. Alright, give me a land, please. Oblivion Ring. I guess I just have to play this on the Geist-Honored Monk here, and hope he doesn't have anything for me next turn. If he's got to Gather the Townsfolk, then I'll be in bad shape. I mean, I think I'm in bad shape regardless. Now that I think about it, maybe I should have Oblivion Ring's Gold Knight Commander. Now that I think about it, because Angelic Overseer. That's gonna be it's gonna be too powerful, but. I mean, I could just chump block Geist-Honored Monk, but Gold Knight Commander does something unique that the rest of my deck can't deal with. So, I don't know. How much are we taking? We're taking lethal. Alright, whatever. There's no way I was going to be able to win this game. The mulligan really hurt, but what really hurt was that my opponent led off with Champion of the Parish into Thalia. And the Thalia actually hurt me a lot, even though my deck is supposed to run Thalia, so hopefully he's going to switch up decks and we don't get to see the mirror again. The mirror is never, well, I guess it's sometimes interesting, but it's never as much fun because it's more of who gets the better draw rather than how you play your cards. So this hand's okay. It's got a nice 1-2-3 curve, so I'm going to keep it, but not a huge fan of it. Hopefully I'll draw an Angelic Overseer since I've got all these lands to burn anyway. But alright, so we got this Selfless Cathar, and then eventually it'll start doing some work. We'll see what deck he's playing. Might be the same one. But he did, alright, so looks like he's playing the same one. And unfortunately, he's got his Champion of the Parish both games, which is pretty key. I don't know how I'm drawing all these lands. Alright, we're going to get in for some damage. And, I mean, Champion of the Parish itself isn't going to be enough for him to win this game. He's going to have to deal with my Thraben Doomsayer, because if I can just make a creature every turn, then I can just jump block that thing every turn and be okay. But hopefully no Gather. It doesn't look like he's got a Gather. And he doesn't have anything to play this turn, so it works for me. Man, I don't need any more lands. Like, I actually can cast every spell in the deck. I kept this... Oh, he's got a freaking Path. Alright, well... Yep, that'll work. And may as well attack with my creatures. But this is looking terrible. I need to draw Angelic Overseer if I want to have a chance at winning this game. That, or maybe Honor of the Pure would help. Or just like running spells. Like something that I can play every turn basically. He didn't even attack. What's the deal with that? I think I'm gonna hold on to this Fiend Hunter, because I'm worried that he's gonna play something like Angelic Overseer on turn 5, and I won't be able to deal with it. I don't know why he did not attack me last turn. I was completely tapped out. There's a Gold Knight Commander again, but we can Fiend Hunter it this time, and he's just not gonna attack again. There's a Bonds of Faith. May as well put that on one of my own dudes. But I think right here we're gonna attack with everything, because if he does block anything, then we can just sacrifice our Selfless Cathar. No, he's not even gonna block the Selfless Cathar. Okay. And now I'm gonna Fiend Hunter away this thing. Could have been a misplay, considering last turn he played something on turn 5. But alright, so he's gonna path my Fiend Hunter away. I can get a 7th land for my deck. I can cast Avacyn next turn, which literally should never happen. Now he's getting some creatures, but I mean, if I draw a flyer and he doesn't have an answer to it right away, then he could be in bad shape. Now, let's see if he's gonna finally attack me. Yeah, there we go. Okay, but that does mean that I can attack him next turn. Honor the Pure. On time, buddy. And I'm gonna put Bonds of Faith on that guy. We're gonna attack him with some creatures. Hopefully he doesn't double block this thing. It's not the end of the world. I mean, actually, I kind of hope he does, because then I can just sacrifice my Selfless Cathar. But it looks like he's just going to throw one dude in front of it. And take 4, going down to 6. So, I mean, if he's got nothing powerful in hand, then he's just like, land. Alright. Oh my god. This is absurd. But, we are... No, it doesn't make sense to attack with that thing. It only makes sense to attack with this one. Well, actually. Okay. So hopefully he doesn't have any combat tricks, but we're just going to sacrifice our Selfless Cathar. And, alright, we got rid of that Champion of the Parish finally. Didn't do much to me, but I don't know. I mean, this could have been really close or a race if he had just been attacking me every turn. Whew, thank God! He is at 6 life, and gather the townsfolk. Put 2, if you have 5 or less life, put 5 of those tokens on the battlefield instead. That would have been nuts. Alright, so we got a Resto Angel. That's pretty sweet. And now I'm going to attack with both my creatures. And hope he doesn't have another Gather, I guess. But he's just going to throw everything in front of that, and just hope that I don't have a removal spell, which I don't, so that's okay. But... Yep. And then I can just flash in my Resto Angel at the end of the turn. Unfortunately, it's only got 3 power. It's a terrible magic card. But if he doesn't have anything else, then that should do it. I guess we both just drew terribly. What? Okay, good. I didn't click on anything, but I was hoping that it wouldn't. I guess we both just drew a ton of lands. Oh, I forgot that I had Honor the Pure out, so Resto Angel would have just been lethal. Anyway, at least I got my revenge on that guy. He didn't really, I don't think he played optimally in the second game, but his draw looked pretty bad anyway, so I think I might have been able to pull it out. But anyway, there you go, 3 games with Avacyn's Glory, and you guys got to see my first loss, but I guess I can still say I never lost to anything but the mirror matchup, which, if in terms of determining how good of a player I am, doesn't mean anything, but in terms of determining how good the deck is, losing to the mirror matchup doesn't prove anything, because I guess it determines which build is better. It really just is which build is better in the mirror matchup, which I think his build was a little better in the mirror matchup. But he did get a Champion of the Parish turn 1 every game, so... Anyway, I think we need to stop talking and just leave the video. So have a nice day, guys. Bye.